2021. The latest figure is higher than the 3.5% recorded in December 2020 and the 2.9% posted in January 2020. Food and non-alcoholic beverages push inflation up in January. Meat, for example, posts a 17.1% inflation, 21.2% for vegetables, and 9% for fruits. National statistician Dennis Mapa says pure meat pork in Metro Manila went as high as 77% and up to 45% in areas outside the National Capital Region. Transportation costs also continue to rise, posting an 8.6% inflation rate. Inflation in Metro Manila stands at 4.3% higher than the national average, mainly due to higher food prices. The uptick in food inflation comes as the economy struggles to come out of recession due to the pandemic. President Rodrigo Duterte earlier heeded the call of the Agriculture Department to cap prices of pork and chicken for 60 days, with the blame going to unscrupulous traders for allegedly jacking up prices. The government's economic team expects inflation to settle within the 2% to 4% target this year. Meantime, persons with comorbidities are now included in the priority groups for COVID-19 vaccination in the Philippines, trailing behind health workers and senior citizens. Presidential spokesman Harry Roque announces this Friday, February 5. The World Health Organization identifies persons with comorbidities as those with heart or lung disease, diabetes, or conditions affecting their immune system. In other news, the government is now requiring all passengers of vehicles to wear face masks, even if they are from the same household. The driver may only remove their face mask when they are traveling alone. The Transportation Department and Health Department issue these new guidelines Friday, February 5. The Antigraft Court Sandigan Bayan convicts Janet Lim Napoles and former Cagayan de Oro Representative Constantino Haraula of graft and malversation. Napoles is the alleged mastermind of the pork barrel scam. In a decision released by the Sandigan Bayan 1st Division Friday, February 5, Napoles and Haraula are found guilty of graft and malversation, allegedly earning at least 20.8 million pesos in kickbacks from the lawmaker's pork barrel funneled through spurious non-governmental organizations. Haraula is also convicted of 3 counts of direct bribery. Haraula and Napoles are convicted of 3 counts of graft and 3 counts of malversation, the sentence for 1 count of each crime ranging from 6 years to 18 years. Napoles has been in jail and is serving sentence for plunder for her conviction in the Bong Revilla case. She is also in jail over pending plunder trials in the Jinggoy Estrada and Juan Ponce Enrile cases, all related to the pork barrel scam. Senator Panfilo Lacson hits Lieutenant General Antonio Parlade Jr. for red tagging an Inquirer.net reporter. Lacson on Friday, February 5 says Parlade's actions may compromise the government's defense of the anti-terror law before the Supreme Court. Lacson, one of the authors of the anti-terror law, says Parlade's remarks are uncalled for and totally unnecessary. In at least 2 Facebook posts, Parlade claims that the report of Inquirer.net reporter Tech Torres Tupas on the petition of jailed Aitas to intervene in the ongoing anti-terror law case is fake and propaganda. Parlade says Tupas can be held liable under the anti-terrorism law for aiding terrorists by spreading lies. Tupas merely reported the content of the petition filed before the Supreme Court on Tuesday, February 2, including the allegations of Aitas that members of the military tortured them for nearly a week. Reporters from the Justice Beat and the National Union of Journalists in the Philippines condemn Parlade's actions. Meantime, amid rampant red tagging, new military chief Lieutenant General Cirilito Sobejana vows the military will respect human rights and follow the rule of law. In his Assumption speech Thursday, February 4 at Camp Aguinaldo, Sobejana assures that soldiers will strictly adhere to the provisions of the international humanitarian law. Sobejana's promise comes as the military comes under fire for red tagging activists, as well as students and alumni of the University of the Philippines. Sobejana is the 9th military chief of President Rodrigo Duterte. United States President Joe Biden issues his first foreign policy address Thursday, February 4. In his speech, Biden takes a stronger stance against Russia's aggression, saying Washington is no longer rolling over in the face of Russia's aggressive actions. Biden's approach contrasts with that of his predecessor Donald Trump, who faced intense criticism for being too friendly with Moscow. U.S. intelligence found Russia interfered in the 2016 presidential election to boost Trump's chances of winning the White House. Russia and the U.S. disagree on a wide range of issues, such as Russia's military ambitions in Ukraine and Georgia, the alleged poisoning of Kremlin critic Alexei Navalny, and last year's cyber attack on U.S. government agencies that Washington blames on Russia. In the same speech, Biden also talks about the Myanmar coup, saying Myanmar's military should relinquish power and release detained officials and activists. Biden says the United States is working with allies and partners to address the military power grab where elected leader Nobel laureate Aung San Suu Kyi and other civilian leaders were arrested. Biden also threatens to reimpose sanctions on Myanmar following the coup. Former United States President Donald Trump resigns his membership in the American Actors Union just before its members meet to decide whether to expel him from its ranks. The SAG-AFTRA, which represents some 160,000 actors, journalists, and other media professionals, said in January its disciplinary committee would decide on action regarding Trump's role in the January 6 U.S. Capitol attack. In a letter to the Screen Actors Guild, Trump says, "Who cares? I no longer wish to be associated with your union." The guild responds with just 2 words: "Thank you." Trump earned his membership from his appearances as himself in a slew of Hollywood films and TV shows, ranging from Home Alone 2 to Sex and the City in the early 1990s. He cemented his celebrity status as host and producer of the TV reality series The Apprentice and spin-off Celebrity Apprentice from 2004 to 2015.